That way it kind of looks like a cape. That's what I was going for. It's a ghastly figure. And what we're going to do is, because when the player comes around the corner, we're going to create this guy to move from here to this little object over here. So that way, I like to do that so that way I can actually point to different areas that I want to do it. And let's call this jump scare 1. And we can put all our actually that was actually going to create a different one. Let's call this jump scare 1 base, and then we can put all of this under here. And that got disconnected, and I'm going to put that as the go to. So that way this guy's going to go to there, and as you can see, when we're behind here, he's going to kind of run through there, so that should be nice. Alright, so let me just bring this down and turn him so he's gonna be going. I think I might need to, we'll give it a go. Let's see what's gonna happen. Alright, so on the figure trigger, let's come to here, and then we're gonna say move to. I like this one because it has a lot more options for this, and we're going to say we want to move the capsule to the transform position, which is going to be the go to. Let's say 1 second. That seems like it should be enough. Let's make it in this itself. Linear. Let's not orient. That should be fine. All right. Well, let's give it a go. Let's see what it looks like. And then you're like, oh, whoa, what was that? So then we want to, what we want to do is after the figure trigger finishes, so once that's finished, we want to destroy object, and we want to destroy the capsule, because you don't want the player, or unless you want it to like have a battle once you get around the corner, but in most horror games, you want that, and then the player comes around the corner, and it's like, oh, where's he gone? I can't see him anywhere. So yeah, that's the whole idea of the jump scare. And then let's maybe help our player come down. Whoop. All right, let's bring this in here. Squish this guy up. And I mean, you could, depending on what you want to do. I'm just going to leave this little gap in here as like a little alley nook. And let me bring this around. As again, I'm not making this very sophisticated. Let me just scale this guy up a little bit more. All right. Excellent. Now let me bring this up, and you see when I'm working in the environment tab, the whole thing is just automatically getting added, so there's not objects going everywhere in the scene file, which is really nice. Alright, so let me bring this one in. Let's subtly bottleneck the player again. Let me actually bring this in. Let me bring this in here, and then let's bring this in. You kind of want to create a slant so the player feels, oh, okay, I'm heading in the right direction. You don't want to kind of just cut him off. Excellent, excellent. So that's looking good. Now at the end of here, I kind of want to create a jump scare where the figure just is right in front of it drops down in front of the player. So we want to create a reason for the player to be moving in this direction, and that reason right now is a big bright light that I'm going to put at the end, because it's quite a long distance. Alright, so let me just create this slight curve. I don't have to worry about finishing that off. And let's bring this guy around here. Excellent. So let's just run through this. All right. I think I actually duplicated 2 cubes in there. So you're like, oh, what was that? So we want to create a nice big light up here. So, and we want to kind of subtly direct our player. Let me get rid of that other cube. All right, so where is that? This one. So let's bring this up here. Excellent. And maybe we'll bring one over here. Cool. And now let's really pump this one up so that way the player knows that it's kind of going in the right direction. All right. So you're like, okay, let's go down here. Oh shit! What was that? It was a capsule with a cape on. All right. Oh, okay. There's a bright light down here. We could even put like a waypoint. Pretty much anything. So we want to. You come around here. We want to create the jump scare right, the trigger box right here. So that way you come around, and I want the ghost figure to just drop straight into frame to give you a good scare. All right. So let's collapse this up. We could even duplicate this figure trigger and bring this guy up here. And let's make it right on this corner. Excellent. And our figure trigger 2, let's make this jump scare. So we want to, let's maybe duplicate. Let's close this up for a sec. Let's duplicate our jump scare base, and we want to call this jump scare 2. Let's move this guy around. Excellent. And now let's move him up here. Groovy. And we want to, let's just grab the position of this guy and paste it into here. And then we just want to move it down. So that way he moves into frame. Cool. So let's jump into figure trigger 2, jump scare. iTween, we want to move our figure 2 into jump scare. Oh, it's actually, let's make this 2 so that we're not getting confused. So jump scare 2, base 2, figure trigger 2. So it's 1, move down. Excellent. And we actually want to create a we want to probably overwrite the look at position for the time being, but let's try this out, because you want the character to be looking in the right direction. So you're like, oh, okay, well, what was that? Whoa. See, right now that was a little bit slow. You kind of want it to speed up a little bit. So let's jump into figure trigger 2, jump scare. This one, let's make it 0.3. And for the sake of debugging this, let's grab our player. Let's just shove him right up here. And we're gonna probably want to spawn the thing, so player can't just see it when he's walking around the corner. Okay, and we want to create the camera to look at this guy as well. So method 1, we'll see if it works. Let's go to our figure trigger here, and let's create a look at. And we want the game object, we want the main camera to target the capsule, which is our figure. We don't need keep vertical for now.